Good evening, everybody. On the field, he's a legend in professional football. Off of it, a bona fide drama queen. And today, Brett Favre made his return to practice after his third retirement from the game. And I'm Christian Steckel, live at Sun Life Stadium alongside Brittany Deal here in South Florida as we get set for Super Bowl 44 tomorrow. A year ago, the Viking Classic became the first PGA Tour event to be washed out since the 1996 AT&T National Pro-Am at Pebble Beach. And welcome back to Blitz 16 presented by Bank Plus. For years, the question has been, when will the Bulldogs of Brandon attack in the postseason? Well, the answer arrived in the form of Brad Peterson and his new regime. No doubt about it, and we're not done tonight. Coming up at 10, hear from a Mississippi legend who finds out tomorrow if he's a Hall of Famer. Of course, we're talking about Jerry Rice. But for now, let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Shaw.
Now, 16 Sports with Christian Steckel.
Happy Thursday, everybody. The top high school player in the state was in the capital city tonight as the Rodney Hood senior season caravan that will eventually take him to Starkville as a Mississippi State Bulldog next year stopped in Jackson. Hood and Meridian taking on Jim Hill tonight, and the big man was on his game and ready to go. We begin in the first quarter. Wildcats up 3 when Hood gets the ball at the top of the paint, drives and makes the pretty floater. And then Meridian decided, well, let's step it up on defense. Nick Waters. Watch him come up with a steal, and he feeds who else? Mr. Hood, who proves he can jump. In the end, Meridian wins it tonight, 85-65. Well, the Raiders are out for the repeat, while the Patriots are out for the trifecta. And one thing's for certain, both teams will fight for 48 minutes in tomorrow night's MAIS Academy 3A Division I title game. Jackson Academy is looking to send their seniors out with back-to-back state championships. The Raiders seek their 8th title in school history. Well, the truth is the Cam Newton saga has taken on a life of its own. With so many people involved, news is breaking round the clock. And now the FBI is involved. Former state player Kenny Rogers says Cecil Newton wanted anywhere from $100,000 to $180,000 for his son Cam to sign a scholarship with the Bulldogs. Trailing by 2 games with 3 to go in the East Division of Conference USA, Southern Miss is not giving in on their hopes of a league title. The goal on Saturday, knock off the best team in Conference USA, Central Florida. Now, wide receiver DeAndre Brown has been practicing this week. A full night of sports. Glad to bring it to you. But good news, tomorrow night, Blitz 16's back. We'll see you at 11:05.
Looking forward to it. All right, Christian, thanks.
Welcome back out live to the Viking Classic here at Annandale Golf Club. I'm Christian Steckel. You know, yesterday this course was absolutely perfect for the Tour Pros. It played hard, it played firm, and it played fair. The greens rolling around 13 on the stimp meter, but in the afternoon, the winds picked up, making it much more difficult, and that is what is expected in today's forecast. So now we bring in our meteorologist, Heather Sophia. And Heather, we've been talking about this. Obviously, as the course dries out and it gets more windy, the greens aren't receptive, they roll even faster. So what can we expect from the wind on this Friday?
Yeah, it's going to be a windy one out there, Christian.
You know, you got to love Jimmy Clausen, not only because he has the heart of a champion, but because he's so technically sound. Watch the way he handles the football. You talk about that a lot in basketball when you're talking about a point guard, but as a quarterback, he carries out play-action fakes so well. He holds the ball locked near his ear, never lets that ball drop. The quick release comes as a result of that. This guy has all the skills, things sometimes you can't even coach. So the Golden Eagles improved to 4-3 on the season, fresh off the emotional week surrounding the death of Peter Wilkes. The team held a moment of silence in his honor before the game. Afterwards, they gathered in the north end zone, next to a banner with his initials on it. Freshman quarterback Chris Campbell led the team in a prayer, thanking the Lord for the victory while stating he knows there are more important things in life than football. He concluded by saying he also knew that Peter was up there watching tonight with a smile on his face. Reporting in Hattiesburg, I'm Christian Steckel, 16 WAPT Sports. A beautiful night outside here in Los Angeles. The scenic skyline looking great, but inside the fans are fired up and they're set for a showdown that you are not going to want to miss. Therefore, you get a bye to the semifinals and you get an opportunity to have 2 games to play until you get into the big dance. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Courtside. I'm Christian Steckel alongside Tammy Blackburn. The electricity in here is unbelievable. You got to be fired up when these 2 teams get together.
It's been an unbelievable marketing for LMU and for Pepperdine.
LMU SMU really trying to get the ball down to Matthew Knight. Pepperdine playing some serious interior defense right now. Woodruff, though, finds him. Double team quickly comes. Back to Zero. You got to move the ball when that happens. They do, and Zero makes a play. No good. Rebound, Hicks. We've got a one-possession game. Barlow pushing it across half court. He'll pull up and knock down a three. A huge shot by Greg Barlow.
You really get to grow as a team when you're in a different country for a week. And that trip really helped our juniors and seniors grow together.
We had a great experience this summer. We went to Guatemala and El Salvador. Took about a week. Took 14 of our juniors and senior basketball players. The last week of the summer, after summer school was over and before football practice started, we carved that time out, and the guys worked through the summer raising money with their friends and community, and also preparing through, Bible studies and also cultural experience, planning, and getting these guys prepared for something outside of their comfort zone.
And to grow, you have to be stretched. The team worked at an orphanage, conducted basketball clinics in local schools and neighborhoods, and toured the countryside by bus. And the players don't hold back when discussing how they voluntarily shared their faith, albeit through translators. With the natives, they were there to influence.
It's a little intimidating at first. I did it in the national gym, which is scary in its own. It's like going to a college arena or NBA arena and sharing your faith. But once you get settled down, it's just like talking to people, and they'll have a whole lot of respect for you.
At first, it's a little intimidating because you're giving your testimony to a big group of people, but then you realize that, you're talking about Christ, you're talking about someone you love, and kind of sending your message as best as you can, and you hope you can just help one person out.
There was one story where we went to a gym, and someone gave their testimony, and we went down there, and at the end of it, the leader asked, has anyone come to know Christ today? And everyone was dead silent. No one raised their hand until one little 10-year-old or 11-year-old kid raised their hand, and he was the only guy in the gym, a couple hundred people, and that was pretty special. And I guess he came to know the Lord that day. That made it worth going to that gym just for that one kid.
In the end, sports are about more than the final score, and high school provides the opportunity to shape young athletes in the game of life.
It doesn't translate into buckets scored per se, but it translates into those guys trusting each other and working together. You don't see things like jealousy on the team. You don't see guys, putting somebody down. You see guys working together, and that's ultimately my goal, is to help in maturing these young men to a point where they can go out and be, positive influences in their community, and ultimately, glorify the Lord with their lives. We hope we win some basketball games and championships along the way as well.